this is the time of the night that we have come to our awesome feature. Y'all know who she is. I done told y'all. Y'all know, right? 757. Everybody calls 757. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about her. Cool?
Cool.
Okay. Cassandra IsFree is a Virginia-bred poet and award-winning actress from the 757. She has been writing since childhood and performing for the last decade. She is the founding member of the Hampton Roads Slam team, Verb Vendors, which competed in 2017 Southern Fried Poetry Slam. She currently works as a performance arts counselor where she's able to encourage children to find their inner star. Cass is a wife, mother, writer, performer, and free spirit. She loves the stage, and it loves her back.
Look out!
Coming all the way from right there. Give it up for Cassandra!
I know her.
That's my sister.
Yeah.
My best friend.
So, I really don't think I'm a good writer. I mean, I can write a couple of slick verses, rehearse it. Hope I relay the tone of the piece correctly. Pray that y'all get my message directly or indirectly. I scan my dictionary and thesaurus, searching for words others have never heard in hopes to impress you with my false knowledge. Hide my GED and make you swear I went to college, because I swear I can't just write. I have to research terminology and vernacular, so I'm up all night. Because I need y'all to like the phrases I form, but be warned that I don't know what half my words really mean, so the context may not hit you like I really needed to get you.
Look out.
So I choose to aggrandize my spoken lyrics so that my mental aptitude becomes palpable to those who hear it. This defenestration of my actual adeptness as a literary novelist is a necessity to me because I'm doomed with this writer's insecurity. And I desire for you to understand the exegesis of this situation and hope that my exclamation and explanation gives me a revelation into why my lyrical content is what it is. Because I swear I can't just write. I have to research terminology and vernacular, so I'm up all night. I found an 11-syllable word and almost had a climactic moment that came from just knowing that y'all would be impressed with my verbal capabilities. And so now I have this insatiability from my dictionary. And I don't really care if the words fit. Shit, it's not like y'all gonna know what they mean either.
Look out!
You or me will win Jeopardy, so it's not like my secret is in jeopardy because I swear I can't just write. I have to research terminology and vernacular, so I'm up all night. So I get the word where I can fit the word, and I spit the word and proclaim myself to be an anti-disestablishmentarianist.
Yeah.
That's 11 syllables. At least I hope that y'all are thinking this, that I leave you thinking I'm intelligent. So maybe now I can feel relevant instead of feeling like a white elephant. You'll Google that phrase, white elephant. Not my brainiac tendencies now evident. Don't y'all like me now that my words are phrased so elegant? Or should I just write from the heart and carry my ass with these embellishments?
All right.
What's up? My name is Cassandra IsFree. 757 Norfolk, Virginia, Norview. I am a founding member of Verb Vendors, which is the only adult slam team in Hampton Roads, Virginia, 7 cities. So I'm giving respect to my team in their absence. Mad props to my husband. In his absence, he is home with our children so that I can be here. I know exactly what she's talking about. That's what he is. Shout out to my best friend Iris. Her coochie has a first name. As you all know. To my brother Dex, who actually drove me up here. He also designed my business cards, which I have over here. To various friends that I see, Jack, that I know drove up here. To 2 people that left the 757, but it's still love, Mr. Speaker and Glow, that y'all both heard earlier on the mic. Thank y'all for being here, and I'm gonna get into this poetry. Haiku. Dreams people practiced anti-discrimination, and then I woke up. What if it were your people? I say that to acknowledge the fact that you don't acknowledge the fact that my people have been disenfranchised from this nation. No hope of promised reparations. In a world where the future of our black males is a multiple choice scenario of psychotropic medication, mass incarceration, destructive frustration, or the always popular all of the above, you turn a blind eye to the very things I'm speaking of. It's like, not your people, not your problem, because we are an expendable race. an expendable race. Then that kind of thinking creates civil wars and riots, got young black girls thinking they gotta go on diets to be a certain weight to get a date with a dude who, according to you, has a jacked up attitude. Never considering why that guy is more afraid to live than he is to die. Step outside of your world long enough to see his and mine. Step outside of your skin long enough to recognize the melanin we were born in. What if it were your people? Detested by many, a suspect always, even the light-skinned cats are looking suspicious all day. What if you walk down the street to close the clutch curses, silent under the breath curses, people thinking you were only good for basketball and hip-hop verses? What if someone who looked like you was always on the news like other races don't do shit too? What if it was you whose background had to be whitewashed to be accepted, who was fed the white lie but in order to not be rejected by the country you created, that your skin tone needed to be faded and then you'd be less hated and somewhat celebrated? What if you had to wave the white flag and surrender your ethnicity just to be considered for a white-collar job in the business industry? What if it were your people? Ignored in the store unless it's to be followed, pride swallowed because you have no other choice but to shop in this store, in this neighborhood, in this hood where nothing's good and there are no jobs, and if you're lucky you'll make it home without getting robbed. But what if your people were only seen as criminals and dealers of crack, when in fact that's the pot calling the kettle black? What if your people were seen as the literal black sheep of America, causing hysteria anytime they're seen in groups of more than three? But what if I were you and you were me? Would I behave any differently? Or would I base my thoughts on only what I see? What if I was the minority? What if I was an authority? Would your complexion still mean more to me? Or would I realize that there was more to see? Yeah. I could be. Doesn't have to wear that same red dress tonight, but she has bills to pay.
All right then.
You know her type. What any man will do. As long as that man can do for her, she makes it do what it do. And when the rent's due, she sells her soul to keep that roof above head, always trying to get ahead. And when the car payment's due, she gives head. Swore she was giving up sex for Lent, but got her bills paid instead. Needs always outweigh her faith, so she faithfully lays on her back, stays on her back, and on her knees to please whatever man's wallet is most appealing. And she peels off her clothes without hesitation after the first ring from the bill collector, but she is the ultimate bill collector, collecting bills from Bill and ones from Juan. See, race doesn't matter because the only color she acknowledges is green. And her girls are always green within because she always rocks the freshest gear and she's always geared up to go out and money is never a problem. The only problem with this is that she don't see the problem with this. She's gotten so good at the game now that she's given her bills actual names. She calls her mortgage Frank, but frankly she can't even tell you his last name. She has a phone bill from Alltel, but all hell if that phone bill isn't paid every month by her homegirl's man Dan. She calls her light bill Daddy, and although he ain't her father, he's still her mother's husband, but see, she has to do what she has to do because before she realized that her body was a gold mine, her best friends were late payments and eviction notices. But once she noticed these men noticing her, she got bills paid. Know that. She's like Priceline, where the men name their own price, but she's spreading it across the line. She's like Walmart, only closed for Christmas because that's the only day she remembers who Christ was. But she gets gifts all year anyway, which she uses to her full advantage, taking full advantage of men who otherwise would have never had the advantage of being with a woman like her. And most women don't like her when they see her because they know from an external viewpoint they can never be her. But be in her shoes for just a second and you'll find that internally she's dead and death does not become her. This lifestyle has become her life now. While all of her friends have gone on to have families and lives, she's still sleeping with husbands and wives for $80 a pop, including her step pop and the girl's man and the neighbor's friend and the pastors and the deacons freaking in the pews. Her beauty's so misused and she don't even know it. Or maybe she does know it, but knows that knowing and changing are two different things. And so what's she supposed to do? Change? Go get a job making loose change? She's like, why work from 9 to 5 all week when I can work from 5 to 9 being a freak for more pay? Because with one leg, she makes what some of you make in one day. So what's she supposed to say when they offer her cash for gold? Because whether she knows it or not, she is a treasure. But see, she sells her treasure for pleasure instead of hiding it and making the right man find it. She sells her jewels to the nearest fool for far below his value. She values herself based only on the amount of wealth her body brings. And it brings her no joy to live because she feels like her physical property is all she has to give. And yeah, y'all know her type. Some of you are her type. Some of you were with her type last night, paying bills for grills. This woman has no clue that she's clueless to her worth, and we see her, but it's not worth our time to save her, so she continues to be what's on the menu, top shelf, a la carte, because you pay for what you get until she gets old. 25 but looks 40, shorty gonna be through, and bills will again be due. So what's she gonna do then, when she can't sell herself to the highest bidding man? Wow. Scream, twerk, Miley, twerk. Then wonder why the children grow up so damn fast. Niggas, pimps, thugs, hoes, and tricks are not born. They're created. We develop them at an early age, change the design of their lives from what was originally fated. We do that to them, screw them over because we think it's cute, like a 3-year-old boy with an earring in his ear and his toy gun that he pretends to shoot. If that ain't about the saddest sight, right? Little girls with little skirts up to their ass at the age of 5, and then they do it at 13 and we wonder why. 6 years old, I know every word Weezy, so I'm thinking I'm learning to read and write should be easy, but believe me, kids today are illiterate as hell. They can't read, write, talk, or spell, diagnosed with special needs every time they fail. Medicated because the behavior in class is less than desired, but man, these kids are just wired because they're sitting in class uninspired by a teacher who's written them off as a problem child. You know, a child with problems. They don't want to help the child solve them, just focus on the kids who want to learn. And man, this shit burns me up because I promise you every child is born with a promising future, bright destiny, abundant life. But we stab them in the back and our words are too often the knife. And it's not even what we say, it's what we don't say. We don't tell them to be all they can be. We let the army tell them that. We don't tell them to reach for the stars. We let the cops tell them that. We don't tell them they're beautiful. We let the pedophiles tell them that. Now we tell the little boys at age 5 that they're cool ass little niggas similar to their daddy, but see, daddy's been locked up since right after that boy's conception. So if he's just like his daddy, he's already headed in the wrong direction. And then we tell the little girls at age 3 to drop it low, then record it for our Facebook family. So now I'm getting a notification letting it be known that I'm tagged in a video called Nene Getting It On. Nene short for Shaniqua and a dress similar to Freakum at age 3. Hands on her knees shaking what her mama gave her and the dress her grandmama gave her. And I'm quite sure her daddy didn't approve that dress with its tight fit and lace. Then again, I didn't want to rather see it in the first place. Wow. And now Nene's all grown up, and now she wasn't born to be a whore, she was born to be a queen. Somewhere in between delivery and now, she got distorted. She's thinking she would have been better off aborted. And now Lil Man's all grown up, and no, he wasn't born to be a criminal, but with minimal supervision his whole childhood and no sense of the difference between bad and good, who exactly was he supposed to follow? Wallowing in self-pity now because our children's futures are bleak when they once were unique and promising. Once upon a time, our kids were supposed to be somebody. Now she's nobody till she's on her back, and he's nobody till somebody kills him. Now they say more of our kids go to jail and college. I mean, street knowledge overrides a book any day and F a book anyway. Because going to class ain't going to get them the same money as this quick fix or these quick tricks. So now he sells you a liquid dream, focuses on cream, rides dirty. Don't even know this lifestyle is so unworthy of what he's supposed to be. And she shakes her ass real fast and sucks, makes you come real quick, never knowing she didn't have to succumb to this. She could have been anything. Both of them could have been exact. But nobody ever told them that. hands up. Don't shoot me. Why do you persecute me for breathing my back? Wade in the water. Wade in the water till darkness falls. Jesus calls sons home at an ungodly hour. Not a shower of bullets, just one aimed at the heart, into the chest of a boy who was targeted from the start. They say no crime committed because they omitted admitting to the truth that there ain't a love in the city for the young black youth. Guilty by appearance. Who knew a hoodie in the rain was a violation of dress code adherence? Who knew drinking Arizona tea was justifiable interference of a kid traveling to his destination? Or that this destitute nation, already filled with hate and degradation, would sink even deeper into this racial segregation? Riots and race wars. This quiet is the calm before the storm, and when it rains it pours. Who will drown in the sea of hate? How many will reach the peaceful shore? War of the world, but what are we fighting for? Chokehold killed Eric Garner as we choke back tears from my ground, all the while still waiting for justice for Trayvon. Come on, I meant Oscar Brown. No, I meant Sean Bell. No, I meant Emmett Till. These racist killers of Timid Till, they get a weapon in their hand. Sometimes a gun, sometimes a rope, sometimes a Klan. No fist to fist, the erasers won't fight like a man. No, they stand their ground and shoot first and ask questions never. It's clever. Lawmakers developing legal lynch mobs. Genocide of a whole generation, in a sense, mobs our community of growth. So we bury more of the young than we do of the old, and it's getting old fast. Need proof that good guys finish last? How many of our kids have fallen victim to a gun blast? Jordan Davis, whose only crime is playing loud music while pumping gas. Darius Simmons, age 13, youngest of his brothers, murdered in cold blood by his neighbor in front of his mother. Ayanna Stanley Jones was only 7 years old. Tamir Rice, age 12, and hell, I am getting sick of adding to this list. But they say we shouldn't raise our voice about it. But we have no choice about it. So we protest in these streets because we have no voice without it. Their sword, my pen, my hurt, their sin. But what's the point of a battle that no one can win? What's the purpose of fighting only to lose again? Questions unanswered. Frustration plastered on the faces of these men who care more about the losses of these women who bear more weight than they should have to. Look to lawmakers for change. Half who couldn't care less about the stress these deaths bring. So these killings continue and ain't a damn thing changed. And all we can do is continue to sing. Woo! I hate that I have to do this piece, but I'm going to do this piece. He rapes little girls, and we justify because we like his music. Dear Robert Kelly, we have not forgotten.
Wow.
We will not be excusing molestation for music you've made, child abuse for Chocolate Factory, statutory rape for Step in the Name of Love, you perverted mother. You've been kissing on kids, pissing on kids, fishing for kids with celebrity as your bait. It may have seemed like she was ready, but wait, she wasn't. You said she reminded you of something, but it wasn't a Jeep. She reminded you of a grown-up, but you won't own up to the fact that you turned on your camera and urinated on a child, all the while encouraging her to smile, you damn pedophile. She should have been focused on child's play, not 12 play. And Mr. Kelly, you may believe you can fly below the radar because you're a star, but please know there's a higher court you will eventually have to answer to. And there's not enough gospel songs to dance to or checks written in your checkbook for God to overlook your atrocities. It is lost to me how you were trapped in a closet instead of a jail cell. How in the hell did you escape a prison sentence, avoiding Mr. Biggs feeling on your booty until he was finished? Imagine that. And I know you like to keep it on the down low, thinking nobody would have to know, but oh no, we know your preference ranges from ages 12 to 17. Little girls with father issues, as you can tell, to come to daddy, and they did it gladly, not knowing how badly they were being taken advantage of. Too young to know the difference between the greatest sex and love, and so you preyed on them. Then turned around with the nerve bound to ask us to pray for you. I only pray there comes a day you have to answer for the way you have exploited these children. Did you ever think about the fact that you're killing them? Killing their childhoods, murdering their wombs, not prepared to take dick this soon? I wish that you would have the decency to keep your hands off these little girls. See, the karma will catch up to you sooner or later. I mean, what is the appeal of a grown man getting head from a 7th grader? Did your conscience ever awaken when you were coming inside her? Did you ever see the irony in calling yourself the Pied Piper? You are a liar and the truth ain't in you. It's a sin to do what you did when you decided to screw a kid. But that also proves we have a truly corrupt system when you can marry one of your victims and still not go to prison. Trying to go half on a baby with a baby. Dude, you are effing crazy. And our girls deserve better than this. A quick screw and a quick pissy. This is why we will not forget. And yes, I do see something wrong with the little bump and grind when the object of your desire still participates in nap time. But you have violated our trust, and just a heads up, this woman is fed up and there's nothing you can do about it. Robert, you have no clue about what it takes to be a man. And ain't no happy people over here. It's just me, a former fan. This last piece I'm going to close out with is for everybody that got up here tonight, everybody who wanted to get up here tonight, everybody that's ever been on the stage or wanted to get on the stage. Okay. I write like I write because poetry saves my life. Yes, literally. So someone asked how long I've been a poet. I paused at the question posed. I suppose I hesitated and blinked, not to think, but just in awe that they asked. Ask any poet when they fell in love with the craft, and I look at you and laugh and always say, since conception. Better yet, since God's inception, when he made a selection, began the election for me to write, to give insight to the plight of everyone from paupers to the poets. See, poets instill hope to the hopeless, reasoning to the illogical. We have phenoms to the phenomenal, solutions to the impossible, possibilities to the improbable. So ask me again how long I've been writing, and you are inviting in a history of love songs, love wrong, life facts, recovery and relapse, poetry that she raps, lyrics that he spits, words most won't forget. Now that you got a poet, you can spin it right. See, poets are writers by day and superheroes at night, because I believe words are going to save this world already at war over dissatisfaction of each other's actions. And we are the chain reaction to everything everybody else does, and everybody will feel at least one of us. Now, some of us write like this, and some of us write like that, and some of us spit the truth, and some of us just kick the facts. But poetry will always be where it's at. I mean, singers sing and rappers rap and MCs MC, but poets are poetry. We are what we eat, and I eat like a queen, devouring verses and stanzas and rhyme schemes, verbal themes and topics to force the public to acknowledge and behold us. You'd rather battle a dragon than a poet. Know this, notice. Poets have a different kind of fire. See, we burn with our tongue, come at you lyrically and leave you with your hands wrung, and we've only just begun. Poets are taking over the universe a verse at a time, and I know I've been speaking my mind as long as Stevie's been flying infinitely. We make this look easy, definitely. Poetry is my air-breathing breath into me every time I speak, every time I write, every time I flow, and God knows this is how he made me when he made the decision to create me, so I say what I want, and I don't really care who likes it. That's how life is. But yo, if you can't even write shit, please don't criticize this. And in case you didn't recognize it, this is poetry.
Yeah.